Hi, today I would like to talk with you about what's going on. Not just the month of September, because I read this post about, month of September, month of closure, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but it's not just September. It's actually the whole year. It's whole 2019 is a year of closure. And even more, it's also a year of exposure of the truth coming up, coming to the surface, coming out. If you take a moment and you look around you, then you will notice that this is actually happening. You will notice how many things are collapsing, companies are collapsing. How to say? Hold on, I will adjust my camera a little bit because I was not centered anymore. And yeah, you see I have a rough t-shirt because it's kind of a rough year actually. It's at least it's perceived as being rough by people because endings are not nice. Generally we want to hold on to something. If you had a job for a long period of time, then you don't want change. Unless you're like me and you really want things to change regularly because you get bored. But if you have a good salary or you think it's a good salary, then you're like, oh no, I want to keep things safe. And things end and you're like, what to do? And it can feel sometimes like the world is ending, like you're gonna die. You may literally feel that you're gonna die if things keep going this way. It keeps going downhill, but don't you see if you look back at previous years in your life, previous decades even, that it's going like this? The things starting, things ending, and then new things starting again. So how about you take more time to look back and you see how you were in a similar situation as today. If it's work related, look at the different jobs you had, or the positions you had, or projects you had where things ended, or even products that were not sellable anymore. And see how cycles go. If it was in a relationship, then look at your relationships, the previous ones. And you may realize that actually every relationship that ended, it was okay. Because you couldn't grow more within that relationship, or it was too tough to grow, or you grew apart from each other. That's possible. It could also be that the new relationship that came afterwards matched you much better because you had changed and you couldn't know it while still being in the previous one. It can be with friendships. It can even be with housing. It can be with so many different things. So look back. That will help you. And of course, go in here. Because then you can feel if you're still on the right path or if you need to change course. Because you may not know which direction to take yet. You may not know it here. But here you will feel what is the next step you need to take. And some of you may be experienced already. And they can zoom out. And when you zoom out, you see the bigger picture. You see your whole life, you see the whole company, you see your whole situation. You can see how things are moving, and you're like, yeah, it makes sense actually. And you'll be fine then. You just be like, yeah, okay, it's normal, it's okay. Also, to be able to do these things better, to go here, to hear the voice, to listen to it, to be able to act on it, and to get the overview, it helps to ground. So for this, I suggest you go to my website. You will see in the top bar tips and tools in the menu, and then you click on it, and then it will open a whole bar with grounding, I believe somewhere in the middle. And actually grounding should be at the bottom. And you will see that different ways of grounding. And of course, if you don't find that what you need, or it's nothing that fully resonates with you, like, yeah, it makes sense, but it's not really mine and you want help, contact me. I organize already a whole workshop on grounding. I mean, actually a course of multiple evenings. And then I do teach different techniques, different methods, because different people resonate with different things. We are all unique. And I also advise the people like practice, taste, and then make your own. Choose one, pick one, or take from different things and combine and create your own. What works best for you. And also the truth is coming up. So if you have been lying, or people have been lying to you, this will end, to be exposed. And a beautiful example of both the lying and the closure is politics. Look at the US. People there elected a guy who's basically, through his behavior, unwillingly exposing the lies, his own lies, but also the lies around him. Because every time he tells a lie, he does it in such a way that everyone already knows that he's lying. Like he cannot get away with a lie anymore. And you see that more in politics. But you can also see something that has had already global impact, which is the grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX. The one that had 2 crashes, killing over 300 people. And what was the reason? Well, the reason was lying, the reason was untruth, greed. So things are ending. Not fully yet, because I just watched an update on what's going on, but the airplane has been grounded now for 7 months already, I think, or so. No, since May. May, I think. So that's, no, 3 months, 4 months. Anyway, it's not going to fly before January. So add a few months more and it will be a full year of grounding, which is really long, especially for one of the most popular airplanes. It's the second most popular airplane in the world. And the funny thing is that they found the main reason, which is a faulty system. And in the US, certification will be approved, as it looks now, with pilots not needing to first train on that specific new system, but on the reoccurring training. So some of them may only get that training 6 months or a year from now, but they will already be allowed to fly on that thing, while that thing is, that new system is the whole reason for the crashes. So they haven't learned their lesson yet, so they're still trying to lie, and they're still trying to stick to old systems, which are corruption. But in Europe, they're moving forward and they're actually being much tougher, and they say, oh, we're not going to allow this airplane to fly in our airspace unless, and they came with a whole list of demands, and some of them is training, not just an iPad training, but physical training. And this is putting a lot of pressure on a company that's losing now billions and billions of dollars every single month because of this grounding. Instead of gaining billions, they're losing billions. So the difference, I mean, instead of, I think they would be making 3 billion a quarter or per month, and they're losing that same amount now. So it's like double the difference in the books. And they actually got to this situation because shareholders want to make more money, so they started cutting corners. They didn't listen to the experts who were saying like, hey, this is not safe. They broke the rules, and yeah, that's basically translated back to you with your normal life, to lying, to not being truthful, to being deceiving, and that's being exposed. And for those who did it on purpose, they need to pay the price. Although nobody has been convicted yet, but I expect this will come too, especially if they're gonna make again the same mistake. So to look at the bigger picture globally, you see that many people are starting to say, hey, we don't want this crap. Like the people of Brussels said, we don't want 5G because 5G is not needed. We don't need it, but it's the secret services who want it, because then everything is connected, and through one system, and preferably the American system, even if it's running behind on the Chinese. The Chinese are much more advanced in it, but they play now politics to not have it, because the Chinese will spy on us, but then what they want is that we the Americans, we want to spy on everyone. But basically they can know everything about everyone just by using one system. So you see also the resistance there, that people are saying, hey, we don't want this crap. We don't want more surveillance. We want our privacy. You see it in many political elections that people say, hey, we don't want this crap anymore. And yes, we see the rise of the right wings here and there, because those are the ones who are against the institutions which have been both left and right and center, who have been ruling for the past decades, and were lying, all of them, the same way. So people are going to more extremes now to say, okay, at least these people, we have some hope that they will break the system, because in the end, left, right and center, they're just together in bed. They vote for this guy once and then they vote for the other guy, but in the end, the people behind them who are telling them what to do are the same. So people want change. People are done with the crap. So yeah, on one hand, we don't want things to change because we like our comfort zone, but our comfort zone is becoming more and more hell zone. So even the things that you believe are good for you, or maybe they were good for you in the past, but they're not good for you now, and definitely not in the future. So they start to collapse so that new stuff can come up for the new future. Because if politics are going to collapse, if countries are going to collapse, companies are going to collapse, mainly corporations, because they only focus on money and not on people, on you, the consumer, or even the employees, then they will collapse. So everything will start to change. That's why you see more entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs teaming up together. So you don't have a one corporation, but you have multiple people working together who resonate, who have common values and ethics. And then people go to these entrepreneurs because these have ethics. They want to just treat you as a human being, treat you properly with respect. They really do care about your well-being, not just about sucking your money. And that is where the future is. So if you, for example, see that your job is not secure anymore, but you could be doing something using your experience as an independent, then maybe it's time to start considering it. I'm not saying everything is going to be easy, but you staying in that job that is collapsing, or the company is collapsing, is not easy either. So you will end up not having money at a certain moment, or you will end up feeling really shitty because the situation will be so nasty that people will start to react and take the stress and drop it on their underlings. So your manager, having a lot of tension from above, he will just spit on you. And I've experienced that already in a few companies. And then I would have my own team, and I would like, okay, I will not, I mean, they would literally start kicking people in the balls, down, 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 and I had to stop. Like, no, I'm not going to kick my people in the balls unless they were really doing something bad. But I will not just take the tension off because they mismanaged something, and now there are consequences. Suddenly everyone needs to run harder because we need to do overtime and to do this extra and that extra, that extra, otherwise we have a problem. Yeah, hey, you created the problem in the first place. So I was like, no, sorry, I'm going to protect my people. And so I had a lot of conflicts, but I didn't care. I mean, I cared to a certain point, but I didn't care. as well. I was like, yeah, sorry, but it's your fault. It's your problem. You solve it. I'm not gonna clean up your shit time after time. And eventually, the bosses I had who were messing up all got fired. They all got fired. No matter how high they were located, they got fired because the crap that they were creating was catching up with them. The truth came out. Things had to change. And even with products, let's say you have this product that you have been producing or this service you have been offering and sales are declining. Pumping in more money, the marketing way, the more money you put in, the more money you will get. Well, that has nothing to do with people. It's not about caring about people or helping people. It's just about how can I make more money. So that is money driven, and that will not work. When people start a company just for the money, maybe it used to work back in the 80s, but it's not working anymore. All these people go bankrupt, have a lot of problems. But when people create a company or a service that is there because it's there for the people, for the client, for the customer, to grow, to feel better, to be happy, to be whatever, to experience this, if that is the primary goal, then they will also make money because people want that, so people will be paying for it. So take a moment to look at how your life is, where you stand, what is ending, what is collapsing, what is changing, or what needs change. And just look at it neutrally, like you have nothing to lose. And basically you have nothing to lose because something new will come. But you need to give it space to allow it to come into your life. But take a moment to look, and maybe you can say out loud, that's going nowhere. I need to stop wasting time on that, or investing energy in it, or money, or whatever. And the entrepreneurs I'm working with, I'm teaching them this as well on the business side. So if you're an entrepreneur or you want to be an entrepreneur, you can contact me. I already created a course. I combined actually two courses in one where I teach a lot of things about entrepreneurship, the new entrepreneurship. If you're not an entrepreneur but you just feel that your life is changing and you need help to refine orientation, or you need help to learn to actually listen to this voice, to ground, to whatever it is you need help, contact me. I may be able to help you, and I will only help you if I feel that I can really help you. And those people came to me and asked me for things I could not supply, deliver in a good way. I would say sorry, no. And if I would say, oh, but I know somebody who can help you, so here are the contact details, go to that person. That person is really good at it. And still do that. So feel free to contact me if you have questions, if you feel that you start to need support. I even have soul answer sessions, which is like a 30-minute session where you just put one question on the table and I will help you find an answer to it. The answer that you need today. Maybe it's not the answer that you want for how will things be in the coming 5 years. No. What do you need to know today so that you can act into the right direction, doing the right thing, so that you will head towards your new you, your new reality. Sometimes it's understanding your current situation, sometimes it's just getting in touch here so that you can, that is the step I need to take. And then you can move forward again. You'll find my contact details in the description or in the comments, and take that moment, take that time for yourself now to get a good view on where you stand. See you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.